Hello, Buckaroo Banzai?
You a messenger? What you got here?
No, wait a minute. I need to see Buckaroo Banzai in person. My name is John Parker. Identify yourself, nah?
Blue Blazer regular, Pinky Carruthers. Sorry, John, everybody needs see Buckaroo. Later.
Hello, cadets. Welcome to another episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room, episode number 131. We are going to cover two movies in this show, Child's Play 1 and 2. Now, a lot of people have forgotten that these movies started out, these Chucky movies started out as Child's Play 1 and 2. Because later it became Chucky this and Chucky that and Chucky's bride, Chucky's daughter on his mother's side. Anyway, so let me bring up my able-bodied assistants, Major Millie Hazzard and Master Sergeant Havoc.
Chucky's daughter on his mother's side was my favorite incarnation, by the way. Absolutely phenomenal storytelling. It was so good, and the acting was so convincing. I just loved it. It was amazing.
I kind of like Cousin of Chucky.
One of Tara Reid's best movies.
So in any case, unfortunately, our guest tonight on this show, they are in an area where it's very hard to connect to Wi-Fi, and we were really hoping for the best, hoping that we would be able to get a good connection, and hasn't happened up to this point. If she's watching, hopefully she'll be able to text me. I've got my other phone here. So I was able to get in, and then it froze. I'll keep trying, she says. So she's connected to us. God bless her. And I'm hoping we can get her in. It's Rae Moore. And she usually does Stephen King movies with us, but she wanted to join us for this one. And I really hope that she can get in and join us on this. If not, it's a sad event, and I'm so sorry that she's in that situation. She definitely wants to be here. But let's go ahead and get into our timelines. We'll comment as best we can, and hopefully she'll send me some texts. And again, she's going to keep trying. It's an MGM United Artists release, the first one, the first Child's Play. And what we see out of the gate coming into the movie is Charles Lee Ray, played by Brad Dourif, is being chased by a police officer. Mike Norris, Detective Mike Norris, played by Chris Sarandon. So this is a Tom Holland film. So it's got a lot of the same kind of feel as Fright Night. And, of course, Chris Sarandon was the star of Fright Night. So he chases Charles Lee Ray to a toy store. And Charles Lee Ray is a mass murderer. He's a strangler in that area. And again, he breaks into a toy store, and Chris Sarandon chases after him, his detective. Once they get inside the store, choose my name. Major disappointment. Okay. Well, thank you, Dana. The detective shoots Charles Lee Ray, manages to get a shot at, and shoots him, mortally wounds him. And then we get the Child's Play. And again, all those yellow boxes with the Chucky dolls, or I should say good guy dolls. They're not named. They're all not all named Chucky. his name is Charles. So he says, "I'm Chucky." Anyway, that comes later. We have a little symbolism here. Charles Lee Ray hiding behind one of the good guy dolls. Tom Holland is all about the symbolism. And he says, I'm going to kill you, la, 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 la. You know what most mass murderers say at their final moment. You can't get rid of me, copper. I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like that. So, yeah, he falls into a bunch of those good guy dolls, and he looks at one of them, and he's like, "Hey, I got an idea." And thus the whole damn series begins. There's like 20 or 30 of these. It's like Rambo. They just won't stop. Rocky. So he starts to do a voodoo chant that's going to transfer him into the body of the doll. And obviously the voodoo chant is working because it's thundering and lightning outside on a nice, calm, quiet night earlier. We got big clouds just over the toy store. And a big, huge bolt of lightning comes down and strikes Charles Lee Ray and blows up a bunch of toys. And Chris Sarandon gets thrown across the room from the explosion. And then we see a Chucky doll.
Possessed doll. Yeah, this ain't the kind of monster I usually fight, but yeah, this thing's scary looking. Even before it was possessed, it was kind of creepy looking.
Well, I think some of the inspiration comes from a Twilight Zone episode, the Talkie Tina.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm Talkie Tina, and I'm gonna kill you. So
yeah,
I think it comes from that.
Yeah, with a pre Kojak Telly Savalas.
Yes. Nobody deserved to die more than Telly Savalas at the hands of Talkie Tina.
Yeah.
Once that's established that the Charles Lee Ray is dead, happy birthday. We start with the birthday of the most adorable kid in any movie in the world. Andy Barkley is the name of the character.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second here. I'll tell you what the name of the actor is.
Yeah, usually kids in movies they're kind of annoying, but this kid's he is cute.
This kid is absolutely adorable, and again, He's a good actor too. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
So I got to give this kid kudos.
Yeah, didn't want to strangle him.
He's all grown up now, obviously, because this was back in the 90s. His name is Alex Vincent.
Yeah,
Alex Vincent. So again, how can you stay angry at that face?
Yep.
So he's making breakfast for Mom. He's put like a half a tub of butter on the toast. He's spilling milk all over the place. He's watching the TV. He's watching the TV and the Good Guys show. While he's trying to make breakfast, and he's all excited. There's a big box there for his birthday, and he knows what it is. He knows it's got to be a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to see his mom. And he wakes her up, and the mom,
Catherine Hicks.
Catherine Hicks from Star Trek 4.
Yep.
I do not like this hairstyle on her, by the way. I just got to say.
It's very 90s. It's very, There's Ruby.
Did she come in?
Oh, she was there for a second.
She was there for a second. She's still trying. She'll come back.
Oh, my goodness.
Well.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to check on messages from her to see if she sent any messages.
Yep.
She's talking in the private chat. You can see it all in the private chat. Yeah.
Whatever she sends in. Yeah. Let's whatever she can.
She said that she's just trying.
We appreciate that. I hope that she can connect with us. I really do. Again, let's back to this haircut.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's very 90s.
That haircut on her.
That's a mom haircut from the 90s.
She's a great mom, though. She really is in this.
Yeah.
She says, "Okay, you want to open up one of your presents? Want to open up that small one? He's kidding around. She knows what he wants to open up." Mm. And He's got the big box. And he opens it up, and it's a good guy playset. Wah, 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 wah. Look, it's got the hammer and the good guy wrench, and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Yeah, I guess so. And she could tell he's just like, it's like you got a turd.
You know, but that's just how good an actor he is. I mean, that look of disappointment and his voice is perfect. I mean, that's exactly what
How
a
many
kid
kids
would,
that age can do that? Yes, I
would
know.
like, feign that kind of disappointment. Oh, yeah, thanks,
It's
Mom.
good. I like it. He's perfect. So we go to her work. She's a salesperson on the sales floor, so she doesn't make much money. This is back in the 90s. They still didn't make much money back then. They make even less now. And she finds her friend finds a guy in the back alley. Her name's Maggie. Maggie finds a guy in the back alley that's selling a good guy doll.
Yep.
And he stings her for $50, but she knows her son wants it. She can't afford it, but she goes ahead and gets it for him anyway because she's mom of the year. She's a great mom.
Yep.
So I was kind of upset they never brought her back for any of the other Chucky films.
I know.
Which was they got put in an institution in part 2. They only talk about her. They show her a picture, and that's it.
Yeah.
Again, she was a very fine actress. In Star Trek 4, she's Kirk's love interest. The whales and all that. And,
Yep.
very good in that movie too. So okay, so now Maggie has got to babysit Andy, and Andy is playing with his good guy Chucky doll. I'm Chucky, and the TV comes on. They're talking about Charles Lee Ray, and it looks like the doll is watching the TV. It takes a while for them to get to. It's a kind of a slow burn till you finally see Chucky actually moving as a killer doll. We know it now, I mean, it's been around for so long, we all know. But in this first movie, yeah, they took a long time to reveal that Chucky was a killer doll, running around with his little good guy shoes and his knife, and in this case, it coming up the hammer from the kit. So Maggie turns the TV off. She puts Annie to bed, and then all of a sudden the TV comes back on again. And she goes out, and the Chucky doll is on the chair watching the TV again. He wants to watch the thing about Charles Lee Ray. So she tries to turn the TV off again, and he puts him in the bed. And Andy's like, yeah, I didn't think she was going to like that. So Chucky goes out and kills her. He goes and takes the hammer, bonks her on the head. She falls out the window and into a van below. That
little hammer. Now I know she's
the force it would take. hit her enough to stun her enough to back her back through the window.
Exactly. I'm like, really?
Yeah, you gotta question.
You gotta kind of suspend your disbelief.
There's a couple of those in this timeline.
Yeah, because even then,
Chucky is a doll. He's a little doll.
Yeah, that would have made all that out of plastic. Yeah, but for the purposes
buy the hammer that you can claw your friends with.
Yeah, that one. But I do like that it built up, that we didn't see him like right away. Be it it's really
you just hear the little pitter patter of feet. You see little shadows, and you see the little doll man go and pick up the hammer.
Yeah.
But you don't actually see him freak. I mean, he doesn't really freak out, until she threatens to throw him in the fire.
Yeah, that's coming up, but yeah, this part I just thought really she probably just would have gone, "Ow, what the hell was that?" Now, if he had pushed her out the window, that would have made more sense, or tripped her, and then.
But when you're a little doll with little tiny hands, yeah, you can't push very hard.
They could have been done
If he
something
had
else.
catapulted her out the
There you go. There you go.
set up a nice little trap, and then
But
just
hey,
catapulted her out the window. But that make more sense. But
yeah,
anyway,
they had to knock her out somehow or knock her off somehow. So okay.
there's flour on the floor. She's slipping on the floor. She's backpedaling. Out the window.
Yeah, yeah.
There it is.
It was
So
the
there it
flour. It was the flour more than the hammer.
It was the flour that killed her. So the mother comes home. There's all kinds of ambulances and crap outside of her building. Oh my God, Andy's hurt. She runs upstairs as any mother would, worried, and runs into the house, and Maggie's dead. And there's a detective there, and he's kind of a tool.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
So, Andy is saying, well, it was Chucky. And that's not sitting well with anybody. Chucky's bad. He's not good. It was him. And there's little footprints in the flour on the kitchen floor, and they're wondering about that, and they're checking his feet, and the mother's not happy about that. What are you implying? It's my kid killed. Get out of here. And again, he keeps telling the mom, well, it was Chucky. And he's still holding him. He's like, oh, yeah, he's my friend. I really wanted him, and so, I don't want to get rid of him now because of this. So she's trying to tell him that's not healthy. Don't do that. Don't blame Chucky, all right? So
I wanted a voice, when Maggie was taking the kid to bed, was taking Annie to bed, she's grabbing the doll by the arm, just kind of dragging him along, and throw him in the bed and everything. I kept imagining his internal monologues, like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
That's probably
dragging me around like that. She's fucking dead.
Well, at this point, he's not completely human in the doll yet. So again, he's just a doll. It's just his spirit in a doll body. And again, he's you can't dislocate his shoulder or anything at this point. I had to tell myself that I'm watching both of these movies and going back and going through them. Now, this scene is particularly creepy because Chucky talks Andy into ditching school to go to the really crappy neighborhood where there was a guy who was supposed to be the driver of a
getaway car. Yep.
Yeah, the getaway car guy, and he as soon as the cops show up, he takes off.
He bails.
One cop shows up
on him.
He hauls ass.
Yeah,
so,
it's like, well, thanks.
Charles Lee Ray, wants to get him. So, and that guy is Eddie Caputo, is his name. So Eddie Caputo is in this abandoned house in the middle of the really poor, bad neighborhood. And Andy's out there. Andy takes a whiz, and he leaves Chucky on a chair, and Chucky takes off. Leaves him by himself.
Chucky.
So he's really put Andy in danger here.
Yeah.
So Chucky turns the gas on. And again, we just see the little hand. Turn the gas on. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of comical, to see all these little hands coming out and doing this really evil shit. And the place blows up, because he shoots and it blows. It sparks the gas in the whole house and it blows up. So luckily, Andy was not close to the house, not too close to the house when it blew up, and he gets taken to this. We're going way ahead on the timeline here. So they take him into the station. Yeah, he skipped school, and he was at a murder scene, and he was was a bad guy, and he was in a bad neighborhood, and you need to keep an eye on your kid. It was Chucky. No, I don't want to hear that. So, anyway, she puts him to bed, and she she has to take him. They're going to take him for psychiatric evaluation. And she's not happy about that because he keeps saying it's Chucky. So a doctor, Ardmore, who is Jack Colvin from the Hulk, he's Mr. McGee, the guy that's chasing the Hulk around, Bill Bixby Hulk.
Yeah, yeah.
He's Dr. Ardmore. This is the only other thing I've seen him in. I'm sure he's been in a lot of stuff, but yeah, he got. I think he got typecast on the Hulk, so it was harder for him to get roles. So anyway, she drops the batteries out of the box. She's looking at the box, and she drops the batteries out of the box and realizes, wait a minute, Chucky's been talking all this time. How's he talking with no batteries in his bag? And she goes and opens up the compartment, and sure enough, there's no batteries in there. And Chucky's head turns around, and he's like, "I'm Chucky!" Ha ha! He freaks her out. She drops him, tries to roll under the sofa. She grabs him. She's going to throw him in the fire. And he's like, "I'll kill you, bitch!" Ah!
Bites her arms or something.
A total freak out moment. Ah! So I know that Hazzard is laughing right now. I just know it.
It's the noises for me. Anytime there's general noises, I love it.
Anytime I impersonate a killer doll. So yeah, now it gets serious. Now it's getting weird, because now we're seeing Chucky with a really evil face. He's not a good guy face anymore. He's just a really evil face, and he's running around, and he's like wanting to kill. He's biting her. He bit her on the arm really bad. He's wanting to kill her. So he gets away though. She chases after him, but he gets away because he realizes, she understands. She knows she's gonna kill me. I gotta go get. I got to get out of this body, out of this doll body, so I can kill people again. So I think it's like part 4 or 5 where he finally says, "You know what? I like being Chucky the Killer Doll. I like it." Yeah, I remember that. I think it might have been Bride of Chucky. So she goes to talk to the police officer, and he thinks she's crazy now. He's like, "What? Come on." And then she says that the Chucky doll told her son that he was Charles Lee Ray. He was Charles Lee Ray, the killer. And she tells him, "Why don't you go check his file?" And he goes, "Well, I know Charles Lee Ray is dead because I was there. I killed him." And then she shows him the bite. "Hey, that's bad. You got to get that looked at." But he's still not buying it. He's not buying it that the doll is Charles Lee Ray. So he's like, just go home, get some rest, and go see your son when you can go see your son, I'm paraphrasing again, but in any case, yeah, he's brushing her off. So she decides to go down to the poor part of town to find the homeless guy that sold her the doll. And he's telling her, "No, don't do that. Don't go down there now. It's dangerous." And she goes, "Well, you're not going with me, and nobody understands, and nobody believes me, so I'm going. I got to find answers." So she goes down there, and sure enough, she amazingly finds the guy right away. And oh no, he's taking her home. He's trying to keep her from doing that.
No, she goes, she finds a guy. He tries to
did we just
assault her.
zoom through that so that we didn't see it?
Yeah, we kind of went past all that. She goes and talks a bunch of.
You got to realize
people.
there's a lot of slides or a lot of pictures on one slide because I had to fit 2 movies into a presentation here. Yeah. So yeah, there's like 3 or 4 pictures per slide. So yeah, she goes and she finds the guy. He actually starts to rape her.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. The detective shows up, and he gets he finds out that the guy got the doll from the toy store that blew up.
Yep.
So that sends up a red flag. He's kind of curious. So he goes and he checks out the file, and he brings it to his car. He's gonna read the file, and he goes home, and Chucky's in the back seat, and he tries to strangle him.
Always check your back seat.
Always check your back seat.
Always check the back seat for.
And he's talking to Charles Lee Ray. And
dolls. Yep.
Detective Norris is a smart guy. He burns him with this. You remember those old cigarette lighters where you would just push the button in and it sticks in for a minute and heats up and then pops out?
Yep.
Yeah, he burns him one of those. They don't put those in cars anymore, do they?
Nope.
They're dangerous, right?
Yeah. They don't even. Yeah, they don't even have the little cigarette, little ash tray things no more.
Now I think I've got an ashtray in the backseat of my car.
Oh.
I think I have one actually. But one of those flip out jobs, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's got a little thing,
but the
cigarette out.
Yeah, the lighter, yeah, they took out the lighters.
But the lighters, yeah, that's dangerous. So he's trying to strangle him, and then he tries to knife him through the chair up under by his gonads. And then he's pushing the gas pedal with his little hand. I mean, he's causing all kinds of trouble, all kinds of ruckus.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There it is. That knife is kind of close there.
No.
It's scary and funny at the same time.
So, yeah, the car flips over, and Chucky's running around the car. He wants to kill the police officer because the police officer killed him, and he shoots him, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. He's starting to turn human in the doll. He's been in the doll a long time. So, the mother, who, by the way, is Karen Barkley, ironically, she goes to see, there's a voodoo guy. Or no, she goes to see Charles Lee Ray's apartment. That's what it is. And that's where she finds out about the voodoo guy.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of pictures and paintings and stuff on the wall. And if you can read that, go ahead. Something about the forgiving.
It says, "Oh, thank you, mighty Damballa, for life after death."
Yeah.
Or Damballa.
So he learned this from Dr. Death, taught him all about voodoo. And Detective Norris shows up, and he goes, "Yep, that's Dr. Death. That's the next link in the chain. We're gonna have to go check him out." So and he tells her, "Oh, by the way, Chucky tried to kill me." He says, "Okay, I believe you now. I saw him with my own eyes, and yeah, okay, we got to kill him somehow." So that's the next place they got to start off. So sure enough, Chucky shows up at Dr. Death's house. He's like, "I got to get out of this body. I've been in there too long. I got shot, and it hurt a lot." And he's like, "You are a blasphemy. You should not be in there.
An abomination.
Abomination. There we go.
You are an abomination.
Abomination." And for a voodoo doctor called Dr. Death to call you that,
yeah,
that's something. Right there.
Yeah. Now this scene here where he starts messing with the voodoo doll, holy cow, he starts breaking bones. Oh.
Yeah, he's got a voodoo doll. He breaks his leg first, makes him go down on his legs, makes him fall on the floor. He breaks his arm. And then, after he finally gets the guy to tell him how to get back, he said, you have to do the ceremony again with the first person who saw you as the doll. And he starts laughing. "Oh my God, I'm going to be a kid again. I got to go find that kid Andy, and I'm going to get you switch into his body. I'm going to live my life all over again." So he stabs the doll in the chest and kills him. But he stays alive long enough for Karen Barkley to show up with Mike Norris, Detective Mike Norris, and he tells them, you have to save the boy. You have to go save the boy. He's going to go after the boy. So back at the insane asylum, back at Arkham,
yeah, this poor
Andy
kid
looks out the window and sees Chucky coming up the stairs. And he's like, "He's coming to kill me. Look at this kid. What a great actor. Look at him, man. He's horrified."
Yeah.
He's crying. My God, this kid should have gotten an Academy Award. They usually don't give Academy Awards for movies like this, but every now and again, you get a makeup award or something like that. But Dr. Lecter, But yeah, this kid should have gotten an award, man. He was really good. There's Chucky looking for the keys. He knows which room Andy is in. He sees it on the chart on the wall there, and he gets the keys. You see little hands go up and get the keys. And Chucky goes in, and Andy psychs him out. He does the old pillows under the blanket trick, and he psychs him out. He locks him in the room. "I'll kill you, you little..." And he gets caught by Dr. Ardmore. Dr. Ardmore says, I'm going to give you a nice little injection and everything will be fine. And of course, Chucky got out really quick. I don't know how, but he probably went out the window and went in through another window or something. But he hamstrings the doctor, which means he cuts his hamstring so he can't walk. And he falls to the floor. And then as he's falling to the floor, he puts a thing on his head, which is connected to the electroshock machine. Because if there's one thing about insane asylums that we all fear, it's the electroshock therapy. So he turns it up to 11.
Yep.
Well, this one goes to 11. And he just he lights up the doctor. And one of the things about this film that's so disturbing is that poor Andy has to witness all of these really grisly deaths. This poor kid, if he's not scarred for life, it's a miracle. And again, in the second movie, he seems pretty well adjusted. In the third movie, when he's a teenager, he doesn't seem to be too bad off. That would traumatize most kids. So anyway, he just fries the doctor up really good. The detective shows up with Karen, and his partner is there. Where is this? Is this the insane asylum?
Yeah.
Okay. This partner's already there. What's that partner's name? Jack Santos. Jack Santos. He's there. He's the guy with the mustache. It's pretty much
that 70s porn stash going.
Evidently, Andy has escaped, and she goes, "Hey, I told him if he's in trouble, go home. He's going to go home." And sure enough, he does. And we have a comical scene where Chucky is riding up the elevator with an old couple, and the lady looks down and goes, "Ugh," and he says something like "fuck you." I can't remember what he said.
Yeah, that's exactly what he says.
But it's something like that. Yeah, eat shit.
No, he drops the F-bomb on her.
This is an R-rated show, folks. We deal with R-rated movies, most of them, and grisly. You'll see grisly stuff in this show because it's an adult show. So it's not for the kiddies. Yeah. Okay, that's my disclaimer. I'm sticking to it. So Andy gets a baseball bat, hides a little bit. When Chucky comes in, he clocks him, but he still gets the jump on Andy. And starts to, he starts the ritual. The ritual,
yeah. Now Andy's been fairly smart for most of the movie, even the way he got out of the crazy house and everything. But this was stupid. He's got the baseball bat. He hits Chucky. I think he may have missed, and then he drops the bat. And then Chucky comes back and clocks him with the bat. That's how he knocks him out. I'm like, why did you hold on to the bat?
Well, he is 5.
Yeah.
Smart to a point, but when you're 5 and you're put into stressful situations, you're a 5-year-old.
Yeah, you aren't. Yeah,
I give him that. Sometimes stuff like that happens with 5-year-olds. So
all right.
It's just this kid is such a great actor. And it makes you think that he's older, than he is. He's 5. He's like 7 in the second movie. So again, he's doing the and the lightning and the thunder and the clouds over the building, and then the mom and the detective show up, and the detective's like, "Hey, wait a minute, I've seen the clouds before."
He knows what's about to happen. Yep.
Let's move. And we get Chucky looking over his shoulder like, not again. Can I get a minute? Come on. So, they have a little fight. He stabs Mike Norris in the leg and then clocks him with the baseball bat, knocks him out. Concussion, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Andy and his mother do their best to fend off Chucky. running around the house trying to get away from him. He keeps coming after him. This is a very lengthy kind of a chase scene through the house.
Yeah.
And
she traps him in the fireplace.
yes, she traps him in the fireplace. She manages to get him in the fireplace. That's how he got into the house in the first place. He came in through the fireplace. And this is a great scene for the kid, too, because Chucky is like, hey, Andy, I thought we were friends. Friends to the end. The kid's like, F you.
Says, this is the end.
This is the end. Yeah, he puts the match in there, lights him up. It's great. Ah! Ah! And, of course, the Chucky doll is running around in flames. You know, gets out and starts running through the house in flames. And then he's a big smoldering thing. And then they go to check on Norris. And the mother goes, go get this first aid kit. He goes in, and the Chucky doll is gone. There's just the smoldering ashes on the carpet there where he once was. So he's moving again.
How did this must be? How did this apartment not go up in flames?
With that thick shag carpeting.
Exactly. Oh man.
There is a little flame there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the problem is in most of these movies, everything goes up in flames very quickly, like a trailer park.
Yeah.
And it's not always that way.
He hops up on the.
You know what would be exciting if they have the fight and the house is all on fire around them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they didn't fall into that trope on this one.
Yeah, that's probably.
I understand. There is like upholstered sofas in that house. There are curtains. There is shag carpet. I mean, really shag carpet. This is in the 90s. And yeah, you would think there would be more flames.
Yeah.
I guess it's all flame retardant stuff, you know, because she's got a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
That's for you, Tom Holland.
She baby-proofed the house, so there you go.
She sprayed it down with, asbestos. Anyway.
Because that's safe.
I don't know. A suspension of belief, So yeah, Chucky is loose again. He's somehow put out the fire. Oh, we have a little take for The Shining here, where he's stabbing through the door. Now again, how a small doll that size can put a goddamn knife through a door, even a hollow door, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So Chucky's got some super ass strength for a little doll.
That's been burnt to a crisp.
And he's been burnt to a crisp, which has gotta, he's human enough to where that's gotta hurt. It's gotta take some of the verve out of you. I am AWOL, huh? Okay, well, you're here now. So thank you, Bob Cadet Ross. Okay, so now the smoldering black charred doll is coming after them. And they're scared. It's like, what do we got to do to kill this guy? This little doll that's chasing us with knives. She shoots his arm off. She gets Norris's gun. She shoots his arm off. Then she shoots his leg out from under him. He's still coming. Oh, she shot his head off too.
Yeah.
She shot his head off too. So he's still coming. So Santos comes in. Hey, what's going on? I got a concussion. There's a charred doll running around with a knife.
The usual.
My best Chris Sarandon impersonation. Sorry. I would love to see the outtakes on that scene. Santos comes in. You couldn't have got here a little sooner?
And they tell him, don't touch the doll. And what's he do?
Hey, look, the doll head. Yeah, he puts the doll head up on the dresser, and then the doll comes through the air conditioning vent. How it got into an air conditioning vent and was able to get that fast to where the guy was with one arm and one leg. Okay. So he grabs him by the neck. He's flailing around. Ah!
Make it look like it's attacking you.
Yeah, roll around, make it look like he's killing you. My favorite line. Norris shoots. Is it Norris or the mother?
I think it's Norris.
Yeah, shoots him through the heart. That's the thing. The key was you had to shoot him through the heart. So he shoots him through the heart. At the end of the movie, we get a shot of Andy that kind of makes us think, oh, did Charles Lee Ray move into the kid's body? Maybe, maybe not. And that's the end of the movie. Again, the whole last 15 minutes is the fight in the house, which is like the Terminator. He just won't go down.
Yeah.
But they can't lure him into a crusher in Andy's room, you know. It's got a lot of dangerous toys, but hopefully the asbestos will kill him.
Yeah, Brad Dourif is so. Even though we only see him like at the beginning of the movie, he's Chucky's so voice. Great. He's the voice of Chucky. Yeah. He's so great. He's so great.
I think I read recently that he's not doing it anymore. That they cast some other person to do Chucky's voice. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Come on, man. That's like casting somebody else's Freddy Krueger. Come on.
Which they've done.
And it failed. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, I'm almost through my PhD, and we've only hit the second movie. We got 41 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, so the beginning of the second movie. Okay, we're gonna go fast now.
I'm just gonna kick back on this one.
This one's a fast one though. There's not much to this movie really. The Chucky doll. For some unknown. Well, they want to prove that there was nothing wrong with the doll, so they recreate it from the original doll. Good move.
Yeah, the toy company.
They have no idea that there's voodoo involved here. So they recreate the Chucky doll. As they're doing that, we're seeing this during the opening credits. There's a limousine heading for the Good Guy toy plant, Good Guy Toys, and it's what's the name of the guy? Mr. Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan is the head of the company. So Mattson, his assistant, tells him that they're recreating the doll so that they can put to bed this whole stupid story about the doll coming to life and killing people. The mother's been put in an insane asylum. The kid is, in a boarding house somewhere looking for his next family. And again, we'll get all this bad press behind us. Cat hair. Sorry. And Sullivan is not really impressed with any of this. He's just annoyed. Come on, we got to get those profits again. So yeah, they're cleaning its teeth. They're scraping the char off of him. They're putting a new rubber coating over him. They're spray painting the freckles on him. I mean, it's a big production. And again, they keep showing the limousine getting slowed down by trains and planes and automobiles and shit. There he is, getting his new face. And this is how they recreate the Frankenstein, and this is how they get him back. And you put new appendages.
Actually put the batteries in.
They put the batteries in this time.
Yeah.
Because they want to show their boss, Mr. Sullivan, hey, it works. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not trying to kill anybody. So, okay, Mattson takes him inside and he says, look, we got a progress report here that you got to see. It's perfect. It's going to take care of all this. We're going to be back in business again. Don't worry. Now, the guy that's playing Sullivan, actually a very old veteran actor. He's gone now. Haskell is his name, I think. God, I remember seeing him on shows in the 60s, like the Green Hornet. He's done a lot of stuff.
Yep.
So, and he's actually not only in this one, he's in the next one as well. He plays Sullivan again. Where is it? Where is he? Where is he? Okay, Peter Haskell. That's his name. Did a lot of shows back in the 60s and 70s, and here he is playing Mr. Sullivan. He's kind of like a Ronnie Cox light.
Yeah. I guess they couldn't afford Ronnie Cox, so
he does a good job of playing a CEO corporate weenie head.
Mm-hmm.
So they're showing him that, okay, we're rebuilding the doll now. See, it looks great. We're going to show the press. And the guys are like, look, hey, we usually don't do these. I mean, they usually do it in the factory. We don't do these, like by hand. So, it's taken a while. And then they put his eyes in, and electricity starts going around, doing the Franken thing. And the electricity zaps the guy that's building the doll, one of them. The other guy is like aghast. Shoots him right through the window next to Mr. Sullivan. Much to his chagrin. What the hell, Matson? And there he is. Our first kill of the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't look good.
All right, so then we go to where Andy is. He's in a adoption place.
Yeah, he's in the foster care system.
Yeah, foster care. So he's waiting for a foster family to take him. Again, cute, adorable kid. They have to unfortunately tell all the upcoming parents, oh well, there were murders, and he claims it was his doll, and his mother's in an insane asylum too. And
other than that,
another great character actress plays the woman that's the head of this foster care too. Her name is Grace Poole. I think it's Grace. Give me a second. Yeah, Grace Zabriskie.
Yep.
She was on a lot of movies and stuff and TV. She's still around. I haven't seen her anything lately, but I remember she did a really good Cajun accent in the Big Easy, I believe it was. So anyway, Mr. Sullivan is like, all right, I've had enough of this. Get rid of this thing. Let's just wait for it to blow over, and we'll start making money again. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing again, but there it is, something like that. And he goes, get rid of this thing, Matson. So Matson is going to have to get rid of Chucky. We go back to the foster home. And again, Grace Poole is talking to two potential parents, played by Jenny Adgutter and Graham. Is it Graham Stark?
Graham Jarrett.
Jarrett Graham. Jarrett Graham. I'm sorry.
Jarrett Graham. Yeah.
Jarrett Graham. Character actor. They are. Jarrett Graham is very hesitant because of all the creepy, weird stuff that she's telling him about Andy and his past. But Jenny Agutter, who's best known for American Werewolf in London, great in a nurse outfit. She looks great in a nurse outfit.
And Logan's Run.
Oh, Logan's Run too. That's right.
Yeah.
Joanne and Phil Simpson. Don't. So they agree to take Andy in. They'll take a chance on him. They've taken kids before that were kind of rough, and So they take him home. And on the way, in the car, they're asking him, "Oh, what kind of ice cream you like?" And one of those Chucky trucks, big good guy trucks, cuts him off, and he's looking out the window. After he looks at a picture of his mother, of course. So there it is.
Yeah.
Friends to the end. Okay, she shows him his room. He seems pleased. He's okay with it. There is a doll, a good guy doll in there, which kind of sets him off a little bit. And she, there's I know what that is. It's a Yadro, which are very expensive. And it's a keepsake of the mother, and she says it's very precious. Don't touch it. That's the father goes, yeah, don't touch it, or I'll kill you. So, he goes to there's a girl, a teenage girl named Kyle that's also staying there, and she is kind of rough and tough, you know, and smoke.
I mean, look at that cap. You know, you can tell. You know, when you're wearing a leather cap, that's a sure sign you're a toughie.
She's wearing leather. She's smoking, by gosh, and she's got a pink room. So you know she's in hell. She's so here's Andy's room. And again, there's a good guy in there, and she has to take it out. He's like, He's like the Nosferatu 2, 1979. You remember that, Hazzard?
Yes, I heard you. I heard you. I heard you.
She heard me.
I'll call you later. I heard you. We'll have coffee. We'll talk about it. There you go.
So, all right. So Madsen takes the good guy doll out to his car, throws it in the back. He's got his mobile phone in the car. This was back before real mobile phones. We had them in our cars. Rich people had them in their cars, and he's on his mobile phone, and Chucky basically takes over the car with a toy gun, and he ties him up with a jump rope to the seat. And oh no, it doesn't happen yet. I'm sorry. He goes to a liquor store. That's right. He goes to a liquor store first, and when he does that, Chucky makes a call. He's trying to find Andy, so he calls the foster home. I think, pretty sure.
Yep.
And
Grace.
Yeah, and talks to Grace, and she says, "No, he went to a home," and I forget. Does she give him information about where Andy is? I mean, they're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to tell where the kids go to.
No,
it's like the original parents are coming after him.
She just divulges the whole.
He divulges the whole thing.
Tells them everything.
I'm looking for Andy Buckley. Oh, well, you sound like a nice man. Just give me the information, bitch. Well, okay. He's living now at 1313 Mockingbird Lane. So now he ties up Madsen when Madsen gets back to the car and puts a plastic bag around his head and kills him. And he finds the house where Andy's at, and he sees there's a good guy doll there, and he beats the shit out of it because he doesn't like him. And he buries him out in the backyard under the swing. Perfect place for it. Where people are dragging their feet on the dirt. He puts him under the swing, which is not a very smart move. Because that's going to give him away later. The Yadro is broken. You know, something that Chucky did when he was killing the other good guy doll. And of course, Kyle's like, I didn't do it. And Andy's like, well, I didn't do it. And so the parents are not happy. One of them did it. Right? So she's smoking and doing laundry.
As you do.
You know, flicking ashes on the on Jarrett Graham's on Phil Simpson's clothes. And there's a kind of a bonding moment there between Andy and Kyle. It's the beginning of their friendship. But she thinks the kid is weird. He overhears Phil and Joanne talking about him. and how disconcerting it is that, you know, he's so scared of the Chucky doll, blah, 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 or the good guy doll and all that. So he decides to pick up the good guy doll, which he doesn't realize is Chucky. He's replaced the good guy doll.
Mhm.
And show them that he's an okay kid now. So there he is. And they're like, oh, okay. Oh. So follow Cosmos Creative TV on all your socials. I'm sorry.
Kyle is played by her name is Christine Elise.
Right, Christine
And
Elise.
She's still around. She's 59 years old. Still acting. Yep.
She did a good job in this. She kind of has a Reese Witherspoon kind of look to her.
Yeah,
I hate to compare her to somebody else. That's a bad thing to do in the business. But she, I kept saying, where have I seen her before? What have I seen her in? And then it hit me. Oh, she looks like Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, she does a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So in any case, she is her own actress. She does a good job in this film.
Yep.
I haven't gone out of my way to see a lot of other stuff that she's been in. She's been in a lot of stuff, but this one she did a very good job. So he is teaching her how to swing. Let me show you how to swing. And he's making his move. That's terrible. So she's dragging her feet on the ground, and she's uncovering the good guy doll, and Chucky is like, so you would think he would move the doll, but he doesn't. So what's going on here now?
I think it's Andy's bedroom.
Andy's asleep.
Yep.
Andy's asleep, and Chucky's on the move.
Yep.
And he is going to do the ceremony. He has to get Andy get into Andy's body, so he can get out of the doll's body. Again, he's in a new doll now, so he hasn't turned human yet in the new doll. He's got a window that he's got to hit. So the parents are about to do the Fiki Waka, I think. She's trying to sew, and he's like, you know, massaging her shoulders and stuff. So the kids are asleep now. So Chucky stuffs a sock in his mouth, ties him up on his bed, and starts to he starts to do the voodoo thing again. Give me the power. And what stops him here? There's something stops him abruptly. The parents come in or something. They hear messing around.
Kyle comes in.
Kyle comes in. Oh,
Yeah.
through the window. That's right. Kyle comes in through the window. What are you doing? Why are you tied up? How did you tie yourself up?
Why is there a sock in your mouth? Do you know where that sock's been? Have you started already? Because you know, boys and socks. I ain't saying no more than that.
So, yeah, she thought he was weird to begin with. So it was, you know, okay. So the parents hear the ruckus, and they come in and catch them and untie him. And they think Kyle did this. Like, what the hell? What are you doing? It was Chucky.
Like,
He's
oh
back.
boy.
Oh, not this again. So, okay. So, Chucky is thrown down into the basement by Phil. Phil throws him down in the basement and says, there, Chucky's down in the basement now. He's not going to hurt anybody. There. All right. Bam. Slams the door. But of course, Chucky, you know, gets right on his feet. Yeah. You think you're going to keep me in the basement, huh?
And he's got a nosebleed.
Yes. He has a nosebleed which says, hey, I'm becoming human in this doll again, just like the last time. Damn it. I got to move fast. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck in this doll's body. So they watched them go off to school, the parents. We have time alone now. And Andy in school, Chucky follows him to school and writes "fuck you, bitch" on his paper and turns it into Miss Kettlewell. Miss Kettlewell does not like that. So she said, I'm keeping you after school. You're going to stay at your desk. And there's she takes the Chucky doll and throws it in the closet. And she locks him in and she walks away. And he goes up to the door and Chucky's looking through the keyhole there, the eye hole. So kind of a creepy thing. So Andy's like, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm not going to stick around for this shit. I know he's going to get out of there somehow, and I'm going to end up paying for it. He could do voodoo from that closet. I'm out of here. So he jumps out the window. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
So Miss Kettlewell comes back, and she opens the closet, thinking he's gone in the closet because he's not in the room. I guess she didn't see the open window. Looked out there. So anyway, Chucky stabs her with like a ball pump. Knocks her down on the ground. Again, very, very strong doll to be able to do all this stuff. And then beats her to death with a ruler. And again, you got to have some serious power to kill somebody with a ruler. But he does. This does not go over well with the parents. It's Chucky, I tell you. Let me show you. He's down in the basement, you see? And Chucky's down there. He went right back to his spot. And they're like, you're going back to the you're going to have to go back to the foster home. This is just too much. So again, another little bonding moment with Kyle. No. They didn't make that decision yet. I'm sorry. My bad. He ends up going down to the basement to try to kill Chucky. And then Phil comes down and Chucky trips him on the stairs and kills him. And makes it look like Andy did it. Broke his neck. Now, again, I understand Joanne. It doesn't look good. It looks really bad. So, I'm trying to see. Okay, there. Now that we okay, you're gonna have to go back to the home. I'm sorry. So he goes back to Grace. It's okay. We'll take care of you here, darling. We don't mind having you back. We love you, dear. I'm paraphrasing, but then again, something like that. So, Kyle takes the Chucky doll and throws it in the trash. And then she goes on a swing because she misses Andy. And she goes on the swing and she uncovers the other good guy doll. She goes back to the trash can and Chucky's gone. So now she knows, oh my God, it's real. And, this whole thing about the Chucky doll is real. So she goes into the house and she finds Joanne strangled by her sewing machine. And she ends up fighting Chucky. He's in the house. And that's like the definitive, okay, he's real. He's a doll and he's killing people. You have to actually see it with your own eyes to believe it. He's trying to stab her. Again, she gets a few good moves in on him, but he gets the jump on her as he usually does. Charles Lee Ray is a smart guy, even a little body. He's a smart guy, pretty evil. Okay, so he holds her at knife point, and he's gonna make her take him to the foster home. They get stopped by the cop. The cop's like, "Hey, isn't that one of the good guy dolls?" Hey, fuck you. No. I kept wanting that to happen at that scene. But anyway, no, he doesn't give it up. But the officer walks away with the car scratching his head. I can't remember why, but I'm Chucky. I like police officers. So, okay, here is the big question of both of these movies. I'm like, how in the hell does braking, he's not belted in. He's not belted into the car. So she goes, I'll brake real fast, and he'll go through the windshield. Have you ever thrown a rag doll at a windshield? It's not like it's a bowling ball, okay?
Yeah, but he's not a rag doll. I mean, he's got plastic, he's got metal inside, he's got the battery system that operates, the normal good guy doll. So he's
How
heavy.
heavy is the thing? He's got to be kids got to flail him around. Come on, how heavy can he?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's not that.
But he's turning human. I tried to make it. I tried to make it work in my mind by the fact that okay, he's turning human, so he's probably got bone structure and organs and stuff like that. So he's probably heavier.
Yeah, there you go.
But again, even a kid that size, even a 5-year-old kid, let's say a 5-year-old kid, were to hit a windshield, they would probably just kind of smush up on the windshield. They wouldn't go through. I don't think. But that's just me. I'm sorry. If it was a bowling ball, yeah, it would go through. But he goes not just goes the head, he goes entirely through the windshield, and and does shoulder rolls in front of the car.
Windshields were a lot more fragile back in the day.
We got one of them safety glazed windshields because
Exactly.
the windshields of the 90s were just too fragile.
They were just fragile.
That's the show line right there. That's the line of the show right there. Fragile windshields. Okay, so she tries to run him over, but again, he gets the jump on her, and he makes him take her to the foster home. And then, of course, he starts talking to Grace. Grace is freaking out. He stabs her. She conveniently falls on the copy machine to make it a comical death. She got pictures of her smushed face falling over her body.
Poor Grace.
This was a kind of a very contrived death. I'm sorry. I got to call, I got to call this one out.
Yeah. Now the actress.
Now, if Chucky had pushed her down onto there and held the lid on her, that make more sense.
That would have been, but no.
But she was like, oh, where do I fall? Oh, copy machine. No, sorry. Whoever wrote that, bad. All right, so the fire department shows up because they pulled the fire alarm to get in there. And Chucky takes Andy. He gets Andy in all the confusion, and he takes him over to a newspaper truck that conveniently has the back door open. So they jump in there. He's going to do the ceremony in the back of the truck. Kyle, who's been locked in like a closet or something, breaks out. She sees that Grace Poole is dead. She runs out. She sees them pulling away. So she chases after them in her car, which is almost totaled now because she's been trying to, run over Chucky. And she's been hitting guardrails and shit. Anyway, so
and the windshield, and the windshield's gone because
and the windshield, had a doll go through it. So, the bowling ball, weighted doll. Anyway, so she's chasing after the truck. She cuts it off. He's like, oh my damn, again. He can't get the thing done. So he runs, and they conveniently have stopped. Guess where, folks? Of all the places on Earth, right there at the Good Guy Factory. And she manages to roll under the door just as it closes up. Nobody sees them come in. Nobody sees Chucky and the kid come in. He's doing the and nothing happens. The kid opens his eyes. Chucky's nose is bleeding. Oh my God, I'm stuck in this. I'll kill you, you little bitch. He realizes he's stuck in the Chucky doll again. He waited too long. So Kyle throws some shit down on him and says, come on, Andy, let's get out of here. And they go running. And again, the last 15 minutes of this movie, if not 20, is just them running around this factory trying to get away from Chucky. And Chucky just won't die. He keeps throwing shit at him and he just won't die. All right, so let's go through this pretty quickly here. Okay, Chucky James chases after them. They stick his hand under a gate. It gets stuck, and he has to pull his hand off, which is very gross because it's got blood and tendons and shit like that in it now. Next slide. And he decides, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a knife there. So he takes his knife, the handle off, and he jams it in his jams it in his arm. So now he's got a knife arm, you know, kind of like Army of Darkness, you know. Chucky's got a knife arm now. They go through the thing that puts the eyes in the dolls. They get around that, and Andy's a little scared of it, but he gets through. They get to the exit door. The exit door won't open. Damn it! So they keep running around trying to get out. Chucky's coming after him with his knife hand. This schmo didn't see anything up to this point. Didn't see one thing up to this point. It's been 5 minutes. These guys have been running around there, knocking huge things of boxes over. they got the assembly line all mucked up. He finally goes out to fix the thing that puts the eyes in the dolls, and Chucky knocks him, and he gets the eyes put in, and it kills him.
Yeah. That's pretty gnarly.
A gruesome, gnarly death there. I'm sure the kids were talking about that one. The ones that snuck in and watched it.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is. This is the kind of thing you'll see on our show. Kids, don't watch it. So Chucky comes down on a conveyor, and they just turn the switch on. Hey, we're gonna lock you up and let them put other arms and shit on you. Good luck. See ya. And that's what happens. It shuts him up in the thing there. It puts all kinds of arms and legs and stuff on him, so he's got all these extra appendages, and he's all smoldering and smoky, and it's okay. We killed him. Let's go. Not. The guy who got the eyes put in flies around and knocks Kyle out onto another conveyor belt that's going up towards that thing. And Chucky comes back to life, and he's crawling after Andy again. So he goes underneath where they have like liquid plastic for the dolls, and Andy, hey, loser, turns the hot, smoldering plastic on Chucky, burying him in a huge pile of hot, smoldering goo.
Yep, there it is.
And there it is. And he goes and saves little old Andy, 7 years old, goes and saves Kyle before she gets into the conveyor belt thing there. Now, why he didn't turn it off? Maybe he did turn it off. I'm not sure. No, there's more. No, he didn't turn it off because he saved her while she was moving upwards. So he should have turned it off. But again, a 7-year-old, when he's, stressed out, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking like that. You're just thinking, hey, I gotta. But yeah, she could have had an extra, arm and leg put into her head. So he saves her. And they walk down by the pile of gooey, messy Chucky that's on the floor there. And you guessed it, folks, he comes back to life again. I'll kill you! And then Kyle ends up putting a hose in his mouth. A hose is connected, I guess, to air.
Yeah.
It's like an air hose, and it pumps him up, and he blows up. So watch him come back from that, and of course it's a bloody mess. And they walk out of the factory together, and it's daytime already. Because that seemed like it took all night long. So again, what Grace was doing up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I have no idea. Oh, that's right, they did the fire alarm. Anyway, and there it is. That's the end credits. And that's Chucky, Child's Play 1 and 2. Okay. The third one, again, he's a teenager. He's not cute anymore. It's a lot of the same old. So I just decided, we'll probably skip that one. Next time we do a Chucky movie, we'll probably Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
That way, at least we've got Jennifer Tilly.
There you go. Yep.
Well, I'm so sad that Ruby Rae Moore was not able to join us for this. We hope that she gets better in a better situation before we do the next Stephen King movie. We missed her.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming and watching the show. And please like us, connect to us, like us. And watch the other shows. We have over 130 shows now of the Big Monster Briefing Room. Guaranteed that there's something there that you like. And that Chucky face when he attacks people, you know, that evil Chucky face. Yeah, only face a mother.
There you go.
I'm trying too hard.
No, you're not. It's perfect. It's perfect.
A face that only a mother can love.
Thank you. Thank you. John Duncan was prompting us for that. Yes.
So yeah, I got it in before we close the gate. The guy that got the two doll eyes too. Oh, a face that only a mother could love. Definitely. Before he had the eyes put in. Kidding. So folks, thank you again. All of our love to Ruby Rae Moore, who was supposed to be here but unfortunately couldn't make it. I was waiting for text messages. I was looking. You all take care and keep an eye out for those big monsters and little dolls.